Guys, welcome back to the channel, and today this is what I'm on. So this is Royal Enfield's Bullet Trials 500. So if you look at this bike, for me it looks like a bike that could be 40-50 years old, but it's not. It's 3 years old. What we'll do, have a look around it the usual way, and yeah, I'll point to all the things I like, and if there's anything I don't, I'll let you know. But yeah, usual way. So there we have it. So this bike is on a 2021 plate, so it's 3 years old. But if you look at the way this bike is styled, it does look like it's something from World War II. Just looks like a really old school looking bike. Yet you don't have the old classic bike problems, because it has got all of the mod cons, as you would say, all of the tech from a newer bike. So it does come with ABS, so you've got the better brakes. Oh, it's got lovely spoke wheels. It has got a little bit of tread on those tyres as well, so I won't get it dirty, but I might try it on some gravel or something today to see how it copes. It has got the disc brakes as well, front and rear, so you're not suffering with the poor brakes. It's got the gaiters on the front, just again giving it that old school look. It's a 499cc to be precise. It does look absolutely beautiful though, and my understanding is with this red frame they were actually made in limited numbers. So if you were to buy a bike like this, you know you're not going to come across many other people with them when you're out and about on your rides. It's just beautiful. Very trials like the way the exhaust points up. 27 horsepower. So I'll test that out as well when I'm doing the test ride. You've got the suspension at the back, but also the seat is sprung as well. So you can see they're not there just for show. When you push down, it does actually move the spring. So it's like you've got double the suspension on your backside, and you can tell because it makes for a really comfortable ride. Centre stand and a side stand. So makes it easier for a bit of chain maintenance. And they've even got that in red as well, matching the frame. It's got a 13.5 litre fuel tank. Buttons, 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 so very much like your modern day bikes. This has got your horn, your indicators, it's got high and low beam, you've got your flash. It also has old school, it's got a choke on it, and we've got your engine start and your engine cut off on that side. As far as your dials go, again just keeping in with the old school feel of it, you've just got old school dials. It's only done 869 miles, so by the time I finish playing with it today it'll have less than 900 miles on, I'm sure. There is a rear rack, there isn't a rear seat on this. I don't know whether that's an option that is available. It probably is actually. However, I like the look of it with just the single seat on it. I've done this bike today because a few people have requested it via the channel and via the comments. So if there's a bike that you think I might enjoy, or you just want to see somebody's opinion, put it in the comments and I'll try my best to go out on one of those bikes. Oh, let me think, what specs have I missed off? Seat height, 800 millimeters, so quite easy. I am 5'8", 29-inch inseam. I can flat foot this bike quite easily, not a problem. So if you're a similar height to me, you're fine. If you're taller, you're fine. If you're shorter, if you're interested, go down and just jump on it and see how it fits you, but the seat height's all right. Weight for this bike, because that's got to be considered as well, 192 kilograms. Now that's the wet weight, so yeah, it's pretty light to be fair. It's nice and easy to move around, and with the turning circle on it as well, it's brilliant for that. I will show you that when we go out on a test ride. Speaking of which, let's go and do that now. Let's go for a ride and see how it is on the road, on the mean streets. But I think it's a lovely looking machine, this. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's start this up and see how it sounds. Ooh. Now, I've got to say, that sounds, it's kind of strange. It's got a really, really quiet tick over, and then as soon as you twist the throttle, right, let's see what it rides like. This is proper, this. If you're after a classic looking bike, this just looks the part. It looks just like any other classic motorcycle, but it's 3 years old. 3 years old. It's a 2021 plate and looks like this. It does have the feeling of a classic bike as well. You know, it has got a bit of character to it. It's a bit rattly. I'm just chugging along now at 30 mile an hour, and it's a nice little ride, this, you know. Absolutely just oodles, is that even a word? It oozes character. The look of the bike it just sets it off. You don't see many of this type. Today I'm gonna put it through its paces. I'm gonna test it on, I won't say I'm going to take it on the motorway, I'm not going to do that. I will, however, take it on a national speed limit road. I'll take it round the bends like this here, and it just glides round like a new bike does. But I'll take it on a few different types of roads. I'll give it a bit of a speed test just to see. I'm not going to obviously take it to its max or anything like that, because this bike it's not even running properly. It's got 850 miles on it or something. It's got next to no miles. For a 3-year-old bike, it has just barely been used. I think it's had 2 previous owners, and I know from the last owner, I know them personally, and I know they've got several bikes, so this bike was part of their collection and just didn't get used as much. It accounts for the very, very low miles on this bike, but I think as a bike to get and keep as maybe a future classic or a collectible, it's definitely worth considering that, you know, because these bikes, this particular model with the coloured frame and everything, the red frame, sold in very limited numbers, I believe, so it is like a limited edition bike, this. So currently up for sale for £4,499, so £4,500. It has got potential really to be one of those bikes that in a few years time, who knows. The way the engine seems to be tuned, it just gives you a proper feeling that you are on something that is old and you're not. And I think it's just part of the character of the bike, and it, being a gentleman of a certain age, I think you come to appreciate the old classics, and this just looks and feels like an old classic bike. For a bike for riding around town, this is actually really nice. It's comfortable. There's not a lot to say really, other than it, oh god. See, you always get somebody who just believes that you are invisible, and I don't want to say Audi drivers, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Annoying. Nationals. Let me open it up a little bit. So it gets to 60 mile an hour very, very easily, really smoothly as well. It's not rapid, you don't lose a breath when you twist the throttle. It's very windy though, so I'm not going to film much of this windy business. Do I do a junction down the motorway just to show you it can? Oh, I'm here anyway, I might as well. There's a motorway junction here, I might as well. I'll do one for you just to show you. But you know what, I'm not going to get on the motorway here, and I'm going to tell you why. And that is that this bike has just done 60 mile an hour on a national speed limit road. So it did it really comfortably, no issues with it whatsoever. The motorway here is currently getting one of these smart motorways done, worked on, whatever, but off the back of that it's reduced speed limit, and looking at that, actually it also looks like there's a traffic jam of some kind. So going down the motorway will be pointless. You've already seen it can do 60 mile an hour with no issues, and it was still pulling at that speed, so it's got plenty left in it. Now what I have noticed is when you do up the speed a little bit, there's a little bit of vibration coming through your bars, a little bit of vibration on your hands. It's like somebody's ran the bike in for you now to be able to ride it to its full capabilities. And when I say full capabilities, it's not a sports bike, I keep repeating it, but it's more than capable for normal everyday riding in absolute comfort. The faster you go, however, just be aware of those vibrations, because you do get a vibration in the hands, and it tends to come in around 55-60 mile an hour. But a lot of bikes do that. My Vos 300 Rally does that. A lot of bikes do it, and yeah, it's just part of the character of the bike. It's not an unpleasant or a painful feeling or anything like that. It's just very noticeable. You don't need to go fast. It doesn't make you want to go fast on it. Very much like cruisers for me, where you're just happy to bimble. Well, this bike is making me happy to just bimble along. Yeah, it's small and compact enough that you can do a bit of filtering, and it's nice and easy for that. I don't want to go fast on it. I want to just relax. It's actually really good for that. It's making me slow down, which from a safety point of view is good, isn't it? It's just nice to just pootle along at slow speeds, take in the sights. It is capable of going quicker, of course it is, but I'm just comfortable going nice and steady. This is the dream, innit? This is how I see retirement. This is my idea of retirement. I'll share that with you. Just being on a motorbike in the sun, going for a little ride. You know, it might be half an hour, it might be going to a local cafe or whatever, but this is just how I see retirement. Just no rushing, no time scales to be at places, just being able to bimble about, not racing around anywhere, just bimbling about on a lovely looking machine like this. Nice relaxing way to spend a day, and I'm really relaxed riding this as well. I'm going to try a little bit of a U-turn because there's nothing coming, and I want to see what the turning circle is like. That's actually exceptional. Now I know this road is quite a wide lane, but I only needed half of it to do a turn. That is exceptional. It means that you will be able to move it around in short spaces quite easily, and it's a trials bike. So what have we got here then? So this road is a little bit, it's just like a gravel track really, but if you were to use this bike for what it has been intended for, with a bit of horrible roads like this, I've got to say, I don't know if the GoPro will show it properly, but it actually feels quite nice over these bumps. It feels like the suspension is just soaking things up nice and easily. Oh, bit of a roll going on here. Yeah, it's actually really, really nice to manage at slow speed, and this ground is quite loose. Nice grips out of the tyres as well, and it's got a little bit of grip on the tyres, and it's a trials bike, so it would be wrong of me not to take it to somewhere like this. Oh, nice. Yeah, and I know this bike is for sale, so I'm not harassing up this lane. I am just going at a nice slow pace because I just want to see what the suspension's like over a little bit more brutal road than your standard tarmac road. And do you know what, the suspension is lovely. I'm not going particularly quick, I'm doing like 10 miles an hour, but it's capable of it. You could go quicker. I'm just not doing it because it's not my bike to do it on. However, if you buy this bike, it might be something that you might have a lot of fun doing. Just know that I was very, very careful with it, so I don't want to break it. I do like it when you come off the throttle, because that's when you get the odd pop, 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 pop. That was my impression, by the way. I know it was exceptional. You don't have to tell me in the comments how good I am at making motorcycle exhaust noises, because I know. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, that's right. That was me, not the engine. I know it's difficult when you hear both together. It's difficult to know which is me and which is the engine, because I'm so good at doing the noise now. Summarise this bike then, shall we? I'm going to head back to Moto. I would love to spend longer on this bike, but I'll just end up putting loads more miles on for the next owner, which is just very unfair, isn't it? And I'm not going to do that because the bike is for sale. It has got less than 900 miles on, even with my riding today. It is comfortable. Power-wise, well, it's just like your typical cooled 500 or 499cc to be precise engine. It's not rapid, but it's fine for everyday riding. It's nice and comfortable. It's got enough power, but it's not a sports bike. But you know it's not a sports bike just off the look of it. Thank you. It's just a nice, pleasant place to be. It has those old school looks that I think they are. I mean, it looks gorgeous, this bike. It looks like a classic bike. It's 3 years old. It's got all of the modern stuff that you need, your ABS, better brake. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely bike to ride. I think that's going to do me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, actually don't let me know. That'll make me sad. No, it won't make me sad, but if you believe there is something that I've missed out and you wanted to know about, then by all means let me know, because I do consider myself to still be learning, and because I'm still learning, I will take your feedback. However, please don't turn that into just a criticism of me, because I am a human and I have feelings. Don't make me sad. But if you think there's something that I've missed off or you'd like to know, then let me know. For now, I am going to end the video here. So yeah, it's a lovely thing. It's for sale at Moto. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description. This should be one to consider. So thanks a lot, guys. Catch you on the next one. Laters.